call our meeting to order.
Rachel? Here. Katie? Here. Sarah? Here. Doug?
Here.
Lori? Here. Carrie? Here. Jeff?
Here. All right, if everyone will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of silence for armed services personnel. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any items to be added or changed to the agenda?
There is not.
Correspondence and commendation, we have a thank you letter to Laura Disler and the E-Free Kids Camp Director, to Mr. Parcell and his staff for assisting with furniture and busing for the Live It Out Loud camp. Thank you, Mr. Purcell and staff. Recognitions and acknowledgement, new staff. This would be uncertified staff, and we do not believe we have any of those staff members present.
No.
Okay. Public input? None? All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. It is recommended the board approve the consent agenda as presented. We have regular board meeting minutes from July 14th. We have August 5th committee of the whole meeting on August 5th, Treasurer's report. We have general fund and athletic fund bills in the amount of $3.4 million. Cafeteria fund bills in the amount of $28,000. Sinking fund bills in the amount of $155,000, and prior period adjustments in the amount of $0. And then we have new hires, and we will come back to these introductions after we discuss and approve. And so we'll come back to these teachers shortly. Does anybody have any questions? I shouldn't say all teachers, but some teachers. Does anybody have any questions on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
I guess I got a little ahead of myself
That's
there
okay.
asking. Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie? Yes. Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Carrie 7-0.
All right, now we'll move on to the introductions for the staff members that are here. Who would like to go first?
Parker here, I'm gonna. All right, perfect, yep, she's slow. I'm gonna introduce two. Yeah.
We're glad for the enthusiasm.
She was too slow, right, you know? So, we're changing it up this year, she gets to go first, so I wanted to beat her one last time. All right, so I have two we're gonna introduce. I'll start with Haley Mooney, if she wanna come on up. Meet them all, so.
Can I say no?
So Haley graduated from Saginaw Valley. Most of her career is in Saginaw, special education. We're kind of your utility knife right now. She can do it all, right? So we
I think you might give me two jobs,
I
because you
know.
can't tell me
You're
one,
right,
I'm like,
yeah.
am I gonna have to be two places?
I can clone her probably, it'll be all right. But we're looking at high school or middle school, so we're excited to have her. Her expertise and with the special ed group is going to be great. So this is.
Nice to meet you all.
He's like shaking your hand. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, thank you. Nice to meet you, goodness.
Welcome.
Okay, nice to meet you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Love your energy.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, ladies, I wasn't expecting all that. Nice to meet you, Sean, as well. Thank you.
We zoomed, so this is our first patient. So Adrienne Dobbs, our other. We have her at the high school. She's joining us for the science department. Michigan State grad, 23 years of experience. We're excited to have her. Actually, in the interview process, we found out that she did her internship at Epcot, which is exciting because she was doing all the growing of the plants there at Epcot, and she's taking over our horticulture program. So we're pretty excited to see the ideas that she's going to be able to generate and bring with us. So, join us.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Is this official then?
It's official. No turning back now.
I have with us our new reading specialist at South Maple. This is Susan Gallus. It rhymes with Dallas. That's how I can remember her last name. Susie comes to us with 30 years of experience in the teaching world. Most of her early years were spent as a classroom teacher, then she took a brief retirement, discovered a deep love of all things literacy, and has been spending the last 3 years as the Inland Lakes literacy specialist up in Indian River. So we're so happy to have her. She's a 40-year resident of our community, graduated from Gaylord, so welcome aboard. So happy to have
Congratulations. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. Welcome back. I'm sure nothing's changed.
And this is a familiar face for all of us. Formerly Haley Miner just got married on Saturday. Really, Mrs. Gordon. Haley has taught preschool for the last 6 years. She has her master's degree from Grand Canyon University, and she's going to be joining us teaching first grade, and she's so super excited. I thought she'd be on her honeymoon. I'm like, why are you here? You're not training. So welcome aboard, Haley.
Congratulations. Welcome and congratulations.
Welcome.
And I'm excited to introduce Kira Raymond. She is joining North Ohio this year. She's got a couple years of teaching experience, classroom teaching experience under her belt. She'll be starting her 3rd year of teaching at North Ohio, teaching 3rd grade. And she has a degree actually in English from Michigan Tech, and was interested in elementary education and began to further that education, and she is an elementary certified teacher, and we're very excited to have her.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Welcome.
All right. We'll move on to new and unfinished business. GIS Assistant Principal. It is recommended the board approve the hiring of GIS Assistant Principal Sarah Skronsky as presented.
I will motion to hire Sarah Skronsky as a new GIS assistant principal.
I'll second.
Any questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
We'll finish up with these and then we'll have the introductions at that time. Preschool teacher. It is recommended the board approve the hiring of Brooke Doniker, preschool teacher, as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the hiring of Brooke Dunker, preschool teacher, as presented.
I'll second.
Questions on that one? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Preschool teacher. It is recommended that the board approve the hiring of Taylor Faust, preschool teacher, as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve Taylor Faust, the preschool teacher, as presented.
I will second it.
Any questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Introductions, please.
Here?
Is Ms. Skronsky here? There she is.
I would like to introduce Sarah Skronsky. She is no stranger to GIS. She has served in 3 different capacities as a social worker and has supported our students in many different ways over the years. She's a graduate of Michigan State University, and we're very excited to have her join our team.
Congrats. Congratulations and welcome.
Congratulations.
I'm not ashamed to admit that we've been trying to get Brooke on our team for a while now. She is a 10-year preschool teacher who has previously worked for NEMSCA and is placed in the building, and now she'll be working for Gaylord Community Schools. She's a graduate of Central Michigan University, and we are very blessed to have her on our team. So welcome, Brooke.
Thank you.
It took us a while, but we got you.
Welcome. Glad you came over. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to MASBS Superintendent Search Contract. It is recommended the board approve MASB contract as presented to facilitate the superintendent search for Gaylord Community Schools as presented.
I will make a motion to approve the MASB contract for the superintendent search for Gaylord Community Schools as presented.
I'll second.
Any questions on that?
I had one question, and I'm not sure if it changed. Is there a date on this contract?
With MASB?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I guess I didn't pay
I
that
thought I
close.
saw somewhere in the document, and I apologize that I didn't look at it again today, but it was July 30th was the date, of 2025?
It says that, yeah, I have it printed here.
That's when we're entering into it now, but this would be for moving forward.
So is it just like for a year?
For a year, yeah, or until we get the superintendent chosen, full-time.
That was the date it was submitted.
Oh, there you go, thank you.
Is everybody comfortable with that?
So then once we approve it, do we have an exact date that they would be?
No, I guess my assumption is, we were going back and forth, do we do an internal one, do we find somebody? The next part I'll explain to everybody of what I've been working on over the weekend and our stopgap, I guess we'll call it, with Mr. Pearson helping us out. Tim said he would probably start the full-blown search on January 1. That's when he'd start putting it out there, but I would imagine now he'll start at least telling different people that we're looking, so. My thought is January 1 is when this would hit full speed.
So he would present us with candidates and we would,
He would
Start the interview.
officially put it out there for, I think he said 6 weeks, starting in
Start this-
January, and then wherever the candidates, and then he'll go through his whole process, give us those candidates, and then we'll go through and pick out ones that we think would fit our school. And then he would do more of his background checks, reference checks, and that's what he,
Stakeholders meetings.
Yep.
There's a whole
yeah.
agenda of dates that he'll create for you.
Yeah, I remember he said, what was it, 11 weeks, 11 or 13 weeks, he said, so you're talking 2.5, 3 months to get this all done, so, to do it right, so. Good,
Perfect, thanks.
yep. Anybody else? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, so now I kinda let the cat out of the bag, but, I've been talking to Brian Pearson, and he has agreed to come back on and be our interim superintendent at least through the end of this calendar year. And he has absolutely positively no intentions of applying for the full-time job, so we're over that hurdle. He's asking for, I can't remember exactly, but it'll be a full day on Monday, a half a day on Thursday, or excuse me, full day Monday, half day Tuesday, one would be in the morning, half a day on Wednesday would be the afternoon, and then Thursday he would be in, Friday he would not, but he'd be available Zoom or phone, and on the weekends as well. Some of those days, he's got grandkids to take care of, and I kind of approached it to, he's helping us out, we need somebody with his credentials. The nice thing about Brian, he's in OCAN, which Jim or Dennis could tell you more exactly but it's dealing with, Brian right now is hiring superintendents and interviewing them and going through their searches, so his certifications are up, he still knows what's legislatively going on, so he's still in the heart of, he hasn't been a soup in 3.5 years, but he's still heavily involved. So he knows what's going on, he knows our district. When we talked, his plan would be, the teachers go back, I don't remember the exact day, but he would be in, he and Jim would meet with the teachers, Jim would speak, and then Brian would kind of say a few words that he's back, and then he'll be back when the kids come back to school, and walk around the buildings. Jim will just kind of fill him in what's been going on the last 3 years, where the buildings stand, what we're working on, that kind of thing. And then he would go back. He said he was willing to come in September, before Jim's officially done, but he's got his vacation that he's taken that was already planned before his retirement. Brian said that he would come back in, and for those 2 weeks, I'm kind of, we could save a little bit of money, and I'm gonna ask Joe and Dennis and Mandy if it's agreeable to all of us that we skip having Brian come back in September, because I don't want to overdo it with him. I want to keep him for as long as we can, until we find our new superintendent. So, Joe, I haven't talked to Joe straight up, but Dennis and Mandy have both given me the nod. I guess Dave would be a part of this too. Vic, you're all in there. We're going to rely on the central office team a little bit more in those 2 weeks and some of the other time when Brian's not in the office. But he did say he'd be available at any time if there's something comes up. So.
So what would his start date be?
I'm thinking like October 1st. I believe that's a Monday. Is that right? Okay. October 1. I think that would be good. If the 7 of us didn't, we wanted him in here, he would come in, I think it's September 19th, give or take a day or two on that one, but it would be roughly then, so.
So, quick question.
Yep.
So you said that he is thinking he would stay through the year. Is there a possibility that he would continue on?
And that's kind of why if we can skip the September part and move it on to the back end of the other one, and how hard we push him moving forward. So it would be nice if he would have said all the way through, but it took me a little bit to talk him into this. From what everybody seemed to be good with Brian. Like I said, he knows. I did talk to Joe Somerville. He'd be willing to step in a little bit too. Joe's got a little bit of retirement issues. He could work now, but then he can only work so much because of his retirement and when he can start making money and how much he can make. So Brian would get us at least till there, and if we're all really nice to him, maybe we can get Brian a little bit longer if needed. So.
Is there any benefit, the only thing that, I understand what you're saying about October 1st, but it would be nice to have, if you were willing to come in September and start in September, since usually beginning of the school year, that's when, we haven't hit our stride yet, things can pop up.
It definitely is not gonna hurt to have him come in here. What he's asking for, I forgot to mention this, he's asking for $10,000 a month while he's here, which, when you do the math, Mandy provided me with a daily rate. Our superintendent daily rate right now is $620 a day. If you figure Brian's time in there, that's straight about what it is. And then he's asking for $7,000 if he does come in September. So, $7,000 is not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money. So we just have to figure out, do we definitely want him here? Or, I get it where you're saying September, we're getting going, but we also are getting going, do we really hit our stride until October? I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer. It's just,
Yeah.
I could go either way. So my biggest thing is I don't want to overwork him now so that we can keep him a little bit longer on the other end.
Is there any discussion about, and I don't even know if it's like a workable situation to have a job share where he's sort of part-time and then we have maybe Joe coming in or someone else coming in January or something part-time, or kind of like job share?
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Yeah, I think we could, that's a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, when I talked to Joe, he had to talk to his wife first, and that's what both have said. They, to bring them back out of retirement, they gotta get approval from home. I haven't heard back from Joe yet, but he seemed to be on board for it. He would come back and help out. And he did, I'm pretty sure he reaffirmed me too, that he has absolutely no intentions of applying for the full-time job either, so.
Do we have, hopefully this will not happen, but like with regard to disciplinary hearings, hopefully we will not have a lot of those. Do we need is it required by law to have a superintendent there? I mean, is it, let's say something happens, do we?
It's required by law to have a superintendent.
Yeah.
So
Right,
at that
right, by
particular
October
meeting,
1st.
you're gonna want, I think we have one that needs to be done in September.
Oh,
It's
so,
it's a follow-up,
Yeah.
actually, from last year, you know the people.
okay,
But I think if we look back on, and the ones that we've sat on, are, you know, Sean speaks for the most part, or Brooke, or, at the
so if
time.
it were after that September 9th, like in between September 19th, October 1st, we're not out of compliance if we have.
No, long as we have, long as Brian is signed on and his credentials are under our name, then we're good. So,
I don't know about anybody else's feeling, but I would prefer to have him in September. Just
That's-
throwing that out there.
that's fine, like I said, I go either way on that, so, Lori, would
Like
you?
September 19th? Or at the start of the
That's
school year?
his, sounds like that's the earliest he can start.
Yeah, he wouldn't start, well, he'll be here there's a couple dates and, one is, when do the staff come back?
Teacher, never reports back the 25th. I think what you're referring to is the 26th when we have our all-staff meeting in August.
Yeah, I believe that's when Brian, he said he will be there for that, and then the students come back on whatever day,
Second.
the
September
second, so he will be, he is definitely planning on those 2 days, cause I asked him, I thought it would be good to have him come back and, I mean, everybody knows, well, not everybody, not all of our staff has met him yet, but, so, yeah, he'll be there for those, and sometime around the 19th, he's fully on board to come back on those 2 weeks, so, we can do that. And then we have somebody in there the whole time, so. Everybody in agreement on that? 19th, we'll figure out exactly what day.
Even if he wasn't there every day, even if he could just come in a little bit or have a presence like 2 days a week or something, if he was,
He was fully on board to start his schedule, on that 19th or whatever that Monday is. He's thought a lot about this. He laid it all out for me. He did, you know, searches on what other interims they're making and what all they're doing. So he didn't take this lightly. So let's just plan on having him back here roughly the 19th and we'll go from there.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So this isn't I guess the motion would be, do you have a motion to hire in or go into contract with Brian Pearson for a interim superintendent?
Yeah, motion for Brian Pearson as interim superintendent for Gailey Community Schools. I put through December 31st, 2025, or we don't have to put that date.
we can always add
Oh.
to that date, right? We can extend it.
Yeah, you can have
So-
it at a later date, but right now, that's what he agreed to.
Yep.
If he is not willing to stay after December 31st, do you think Joe might step in?
I think so.
Until-
I'll get in touch with Joe again,
Yeah.
and see. And then and Brian did tell me there's a gentleman, his wife teaches for us, he's out of East Jordan, I think, Stevenson, is that his name? He is right now he's retired, principal, but he's taking a fill-in Charlevoix that would be ending at next year. I don't know if it's probably to be the semester. But Brian spoke very highly of him. He was gonna mention it to him, so he could possibly come in too. So we do have options if we can't talk Brian into it for longer. Okay,
Thanks for doing that work.
Yeah.
no problem. Any other questions or?
Someone to make
So we need to make, somebody to make the motion that Cindy just told to us for Brian to be our interim superintendent through the 2025 school year. Or, yeah, it'd be just the calendar year of 2025.
I'll make a motion for Brian to be the interim superintendent until December 31st of this year.
I will second it.
Any questions? More questions? Okay.
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
I think right now, we're just gonna skip over the interim, or, no, excuse me. And we've already went over the internal. We're gonna skip over that one. In the superintendent search timeline, I think we kinda answered those questions. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yes.
I think you want to make a timeline of when you would like me to reach out to, if you're going for the January, to start reaching out to Tim, like make that.
Oh, okay. Let's start talking to Jim like December 1st.
December 1st, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start that conversation, then we'll
And you
be,
said
Then we-
Tim?
I'm sorry?
Tim from MASB.
Tim from
I thought I
MASB.
heard Jim, that's why I was like, no, it's Tim.
No. No, well, I'll reach out to Tim, on the first part of December, because, I mean, I guess we really think about it. Half of December is between Christmas and everything. We'll get that stuff going, and then,
Do you think that's enough time, or should we do it earlier?
I think that, you want it, when do you want to get a hold of him?
December 1st is a Monday.
We approved the contract
Yeah.
already with them,
Approve the
right? So
Correct.
We
contract, I
can
think,
tell
so
him.
we can
Right.
talk to him, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
tomorrow, he can start the time, it's a time,
Yeah.
he has to look at his schedule, start looking at.
well,
times.
will you call him tomorrow and just tell him that we've approved that?
Yeah, but
What you're telling me, you were gonna call him tomorrow anyway, weren't you?
There's a question
Yeah,
on
I'll
the fill-out
contact
statement.
Jim.
I'm familiar with that company and the search from my previous job, and I know this isn't public comment, I would say reach out to them as soon as possible, it will just to lock down your dates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough. So we'll get hold of, you'll get hold of Tim. I'm sure Tim still has my number from the last time, but you can give it to him and, I mean, I guess the sooner he lets the cat out of the bag that we're looking for somebody, can't hurt anything,
Yeah,
so.
we can do a
And you'd like to
search.
start the full
Yeah.
blown search
Yeah.
in January, hoping to have it wrapped up by when, that's what he's gonna ask me. So that's what I wanna begin the full blown search starting January.
So then we're,
That would be the stakeholders meetings, like that process, I didn't bring my sheet, but that's.
I don't know if
Interview in March is what you're looking at, like where you.
I think if we could have it done by March, if we can get
Okay.
all that stuff done
Okay.
and at least get into the, we're narrowed right down.
And they
Like
would
he
start
said, we want
the
to be
start of
hired
the
by
school year?
April.
Yeah.
We want to have the
July 1,
hiring
I think
July 1st.
official.
They would start, the new
July
superintendent would
1st.
start July 1?
Correct.
At our,
Yep.
Completed by, okay. I'll put
would there be
completed
any
by
reason to try and get somebody
April
to start sooner if we don't have that interim person after Brian?
That's a I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I think kind of my intent was, we've got Brian started now, let's get this going, and then, but this is gonna be an ongoing conversation. Like Tim said, right now, we're doing the most important thing. What we're hired to do is picking our next leader, so, we'll have, and Brian, like I said, he's involved with this, so he might know people out there that, he can let them know, and we can use them for some inside information, and he knows who would be a good fit for us, so. I think, essentially, we're starting now. Well, we decided we're gonna go with MASB, we've got things growing, we know we need a new soup, so we'll get moving on it. And if Tim needs anything else from us, I'll let y'all know.
Now we skipped over the internal superintendent?
Yep, that's it, we'll go with this, unless somebody wants to, we have that, we can do an internal one. If we go back to Tim kinda said the cleanest thing would be January, get people. Now, if we remember, now is a bad time to be looking for a full-time soup. And then we get into it, we'll see what's all out there. And then at that time, any internal candidates that wanna apply can apply at that time too, so. Everybody good with that? Okay.
So we just need a motion, so what I have is, I will contact Tim Paul, MASB facilitator tomorrow, August 12th, to begin the process for a full superintendent search to begin in January 2026, and to be completed by April 1st, 2026. Correct?
Yep.
Is that, he would recommend that, that's his.
That was what his recommendation was on, and then, to
I know
your
it's a little
point, we,
nerve-wracking, like what if you don't get a bunch of candidates or something, then do you extend it for more candidates, do you?
Well, then
Well, we could always
we'll have those
conversations,
options,
yeah.
I'd say.
yeah, that's,
We can
you,
always-
you never know until you put it out there, but I think he said 6 weeks is what a typical full-blown, that he would leave the posting open for. But I think now with him, it's gonna get out, people are gonna find out, it's gonna go around, so, we're, like I said, we're kinda starting already, so. And if something comes up, we can always make an adjustment, we can hire somebody sooner, so. We have options. First now, we've got our gap filled, and we'll just play it by ear.
So you still need a motion.
Yeah.
I will motion for adopting the timeline of January 1st and having it finished by April 1st.
I will second.
Any more questions?
So the whole thing will be done by April 1st?
That is the hope.
Dream,
Yeah.
that's the dream.
Keep your finger, yeah, there's no guarantees, but that's the hope, we will be done by then. That's what we're shooting for, so.
Okay, a motion by Sarah and second by Rachel.
Okay.
Any questions?
Anybody else? If you have any questions as we go along, please don't hesitate to call me, let me know, and I'll do my best to either answer or find whatever the answer is.
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, we had no public input before, so we should have none now, and we need one more motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you all.
Yeah.